Hey everybody, welcome to Glory Tower Hunters Euros Roundtable. Apparently I misspoke in the last video and called it the World Cup because I'm American, so get over it. But I have a bunch of Europeans that know a lot more than me. They're going to talk about the big teams, and each team will be released every day. Today, we're doing France, none of the great France. Kylian Mbappe, Coach Deschamps, and the guy who's going to start us off is Orson Welles. Orson, shoot, go.
This is the team that's going to win the Euros, hands down, France. Looking through the team here, I got the team sheet. These are the players. I'm going to name out some players now, and I'm just going to just to show you how strong this team is. Okay, we got Saliba, we got Koundé, Mendy, Pavard, Kante, Zaire, Fofana, Camavinga, Thuram, Barcola, and Kingsley Coman. These are players that won't be starting in the first team. That's how strong this French team is. And he only picked 25 players. You're allowed 26 players on a team when you go to the Euros. Deschamps has only picked 25. That's how strong this team is. I think they're unbelievable. Kylian Mbappe has 46 goals in 77 matches for France. The guy's a goal machine. And the other thing about Kylian Mbappe is he shows up. He showed up in the World Cup final. He showed up for PSG in their tough matches in the Champions League. Okay, they might have lost in the semi-finals, but he was there. He doesn't disappear in big games. He proved that in the final of the World Cup. Going through the rest of the team, we got Konate, we got Klaus, we got Hernandez, Rabiot. I mean, these players just scream talent. Olivier Giroud, still one of the best strikers around at the age of 37?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about this manager is he picks a settled side. We're talking about how England, they always lose, and Tommy mentioned along the fact of that, with that mentality that you can win out of that mentality. These guys right here are winners, this French team. And I think they're going to make it all the way. Now in the group, they got Netherlands, Austria, and Poland. I think they'll top their group. I think they'll be comfortable enough getting through the early stages. And I just can't see them, unless somebody disagrees with me, I can't see them not losing this tournament.
Where are they finishing up?
They're going to win it. They're going to be winners. That's my prediction.
Okay. All right. Any challenges?
No challenges.
No challenges. Who's your pick, Orson?
Who's my pick out of the team?
No, the next guy to go.
Oh, sorry. Let's go with Mega.
Let's
go with Mega. I want to hear his.
Right,
yeah.
Okay. No worries. Much agree with Orson there. Yeah, this team's to win it. This team is to win it. It's just class all over the park. There we go. He mentioned obviously Giroud. It's mentioning Giroud, kind of 13 caps away from becoming the most capped player kind of thing. The fact he's in the squad's amazing, and he's still smashing the goals in. And then the next one behind him when it comes to goals, obviously he's a top goal scorer with 57, and Mbappe's got 47. Guy's only 25. Guy's it's class. And then obviously you mentioned a few of the names there. You've got Bradley Barcola, Zaire Emery, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, all young guys. Saliba there, it's just solid all the way through. I mean, you can't really say anything back, but there is a but. It's the thing I'm kind of looking at, and you might think it's a bit mental. I think they might struggle against teams who double and triple up on Mbappe. Now, I have looked, and obviously the next best kind of goal scorers in terms of their teams, Marcus Thuram has got 15 goals, 14 with Inter, and you've got Griezmann who's got 24 and 8 for Atletico Madrid. It really depends where they're going to put Mbappe. Is he going to be straight up top, which I don't think is his best position. I think it's out on the left kind of thing and having somebody else up there. But that's the only thing I'm worried about. It's if they isolate Mbappe, you need these guys to turn it on, and that's one of the things I kind of worry about. Will these guys turn it on for France? That's my main concern. But other than that, I think they'll still go on and win it.
Any
my prediction is to win it.
Win it, straight up. All right. Any challenges? No. I don't know. Should I challenge you now or should I make my argument later? I don't know.
Don't we just pass to you?
No, but see, if I challenge you, then I give away my whole theory. So, you want to pass to me? Yes, pass to me.
I'll pass to you, right?
You
Okay,
pass to
Tommy,
me.
you
Pass to me.
On you go.
All right. I mean, obviously, this team is the books got them second to finish it. The books got them second to win the whole thing, and this team could. I'm not going to argue. This team could very easily win the whole thing. I think my issue with France. I mean, they have everything. They have all the tools. They can be weird. They can be up and down. They can be World Cup winners and then have trouble struggling out of the group stages. We've seen that in the past. But, I mean, you have a player like Kylian Mbappe, who I think is pound for pound the best player under 30 on the planet. He's the best footballer, period. He's got clutch, he's got speed, he's got experience, and he's still really young. But, I mean, we saw Dortmund, you can shut him down. And I think if you're going to run the offense all the way through him, that could create problems for other players and force other players to step up. But then, as Megaboo said, there's so many other, and Orson said, there's so many other players that can fill that role if they start double and triple teaming, like Megaboo said. But I think the thing with France, and probably the reason the books got them in second under England, is because it's possible. This team can be stopped. Now, that being said, Antoine Griezmann and Giroud, two of my favorite players. I do worry about both their ages. I want Giroud there. If I think it was a great move by Deschamps, because there was some talk that he was actually not going to be picked on the team. There's too much experience to leave off the table. If he's coming off the bench, that's fine. The guy's a proven winner. He's still one of the best strikers in Europe. He basically carried AC Milan in certain points when Polasek and Leao kind of had cold spots. He was consistent all the way through, even jumping a net one time and saving AC Milan from losing a game. I'm glad Giroud's there. I don't want to say I'm concerned about Antoine Griezmann. He's definitely He's definitely going to be a go-to guy in this, but I do worry. When are these guys going to start breaking down? Is it going to be during this tournament? And you can't break down there because you'll be out quicker than you know it. Quicker than you know it. If a team can figure out how to deal with France, sort of like the Swiss did a couple years ago. With it, if I'm trying to remember the year, but the Swiss gave Kylian Mbappe didn't have one goal in the last Euro. He was completely shut out. The Swiss were able to defeat them. So if it's definitely possible to beat them, but it's really difficult because this is probably the fastest team in the world. I mean, if you put them all together, I don't think if everything's firing on all cylinders. No, I don't think anyone can beat them. Are they going to fire on all cylinders? Are some of these older players that they're used to leaning on being able to do it at this level, at this age? I think there's still some question marks in, but yeah, this is for France. This is very similar to England. It's all or nothing. And I have them either getting a weird early knockout exit or win the whole thing. I think something bizarre will happen to them because something's always weird with France. A couple years ago when they walked off the field, they had a protest. You never know with the French, but certainly they have all the tools to win, and I'd say win easily. So that's it for me. Anybody challenge?
I'd like to challenge. I think the French are pretty consistent.
Well, I mean, okay, go ahead. I don't want
If you look at Mbappe, how many goals has he scored in international tournaments? He nearly cost Messi the last World Cup by himself, do you know what I mean? And then you look how many international tournaments the last 10 years France have either made it to the finals or won. You're looking at basically every single tournament except two.
I think what I'm saying is it can happen. They can be weird. Mbappe can go a whole tournament.
In the 2000s, I think that happened in the early 2000s, but this modern French team is probably one of the most consistent international teams we've seen since Spain dominated European football.
Are you telling me Mbappe can't get shut down, that he can't be contained? Because I think he can with good coaching.
It doesn't happen often. It's happened.
No, it doesn't happen often, but it can happen.
In the last 10 years. It can happen. Anything can happen, right? But I think it's very, very unlikely that any team in the Euros is going to be able to shut down that French team.
Fair enough.
Tell me who. If you like, go ahead and tell me who.
No, I really think it comes down to coaching and defense. I could see a team like Italy giving France a hard time, even though yes, I do. because
save it
their
for the
their
elephant.
center backs are
Yeah,
iron.
We'll save it early.
You know, I could see Italy. I don't think they're going to go, but I could see them giving it. Here's another thing: it only takes one game to knock you out. You could see a situation where Italy sneaks out, finds France, knocks them out, and then they get their ass kicked in the next round. I could see something like that happen to France. But I mean, I'm leaning towards like a final loss or winning the whole thing. So I mean, it just really depends. And if Mbappe has a Euros like he did 4 years ago, then they're in big trouble. I do, you know, unless some of the other guys step up. But certainly they're, you know, it's. I do admit that I'm splitting hairs here. This is an awesome team. I will pick Ipswich, Ben.
So a couple of interesting facts here. Didier Deschamps could be the first manager to win both the World Cup and the Euros as both.
Oh shit! I had that written down.
A player.
I had that written down. Damn it!
Yeah, stole it. Ben 1, Tommy 0. But the concern that I have is that this is almost like a rotating doors moment for France. And I've written in my notes that the likes of Hugo Lloris and Raphael Varane, who have been very important to France in the past, they have retired now. So Maingan, whose name I've probably absolutely butchered, he is the new #1 French goalkeeper. I'm not too familiar with him, but those are very big boosts to fill. And I've also put down in my notes a very potentially controversial opinion. I think the pure talent in France's ranks are often exaggerated, bar Mbappe, because how many of their positions can you genuinely call the top 5 in the world, and if that makes sense? And therefore, you know, like, I think that their talent is exaggerated. Bar Mbappe, I can't name many players that are genuinely considered like top 5 in their positions. But that being said, they still have an absolutely brilliant squad. The Hernandez brothers, who are absolutely fantastic players. Giroud, who I reckon will start with Mbappe and Dembele on either side of him. Griezmann, who I still think at 33 years old is still an absolutely brilliant player. So they do have plenty of talent as well. They do have one glaring weakness though. They haven't got a good right back. Look, I think his story is absolutely brilliant, but Jonathan Klaus, 31 years old, made his professional debut at 25 years old, made his first top flight appearance at 28 years old. Look, his story is absolutely incredible, but I do have concerns about him because he does stand out like sore thumb there. Look, I know I said that I don't think that there are any players in top 5 positions, but I'm playing the French squad. But I think Klaus is a good example of that. So I do have a concern over their lack of an elite right back. But apart from that, yeah, I agree with what everybody else says. I reckon France could win simply because they do have a good squad. And Mbappe, if he is on form, he will absolutely tear the Euros apart. And I think Giroud will start most games. I think he's such an important player off the ball, holding the ball up, bringing both Dembele and Mbappe into play. I reckon he could be absolutely crucial as well. He's a player who I still think is one of the best, as you just said, in Europe. Yeah. Does anybody want to call me out?
Yeah, call him out.
I would say they've got players in the top 5 positions.
Where? Go ahead. Call him out then. Go ahead, Greenman.
Well, they've got Theo Hazard at left back, William Saliba. Do you not think they are in the top 5 in their positions? In the defence, the left back and centre back.
Yeah, I think Saliba's a brilliant. I think that's a good point right there. I think he's one of the best centre backs in Europe. But apart from that, Canate I think is pretty inconsistent. Rabiot, who I do rate, but I think Rabiot has an attitude problem. If he's on his day, then he's a really good centre midfielder. So, like Dembele as well, I reckon injuries has kind of like stunted his growth as a player. But again, he's another player who, on his day, is absolutely brilliant.
What about Theo Hazard at left back? You taking him in the top 5 in the world?
Nah, personally, I wouldn't.
What about Tchouaméni in midfield?
young player, has plenty of potential, but I reckon because during the last World Cup, he had a very mixed tournament, and I reckon this year is kind of like his year kind of to assert himself as one of those players. So he's a player who I am going to keep an eye on, as he's an absolutely fascinating prospect. He's still only about 21 years old, still a very young player, might even be younger than that. So
Who do you want to pass to, Ben?
I am going to pass to Green Man.
Oh, Green Man, France. Shoot.
Je suis green man. Très bien. So, no, I think
I
the
can
French are
understand you better when you speak French. You know that.
Oh,
Go ahead, Green Man.
je parle French, but no, I think France have got, as I said, I think everybody's kind of went over it already. We've kind of said France, look at all the players they've got, look how great their team is, look what they've done already. It's kind of the argument for France. You know what you're getting with France. You're not getting an unexpected team. It's maybe not like the Spain team, where a lot of the players are younger and you've not seen them at international tournaments before, like William Yamal and Pedri. We've not seen that many international tournaments. Not a Spain team. Everybody's been there, done that. Wore the t-shirt, won tournaments before, and I think they're going to do that again.
The whole thing?
Yeah, I think so. It's a bit boring because they're like kind of like the Man City of international football. Do you know what I mean? They've just got so many good players. That's good win everything.
Are they unstoppable, though?
No, they're not unstoppable. That's the difference between them and Man City. Like, you can't get at this French team, okay? Like, they're getting older. You would maybe say their midfield's a bit leggy, depending who they're starting. The attack maybe, or even Mbappe's not blessed with pace anymore, depending who they're starting. But that's the thing, though. The French team have got so many good players, they can change up the system. So,
Yeah. In the
I
field.
don't know.
Is that everybody?
They are stoppable, but there's so many good players in that team, they can adjust for any situation they're in.
I guess that's everybody, right? Everybody got a turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I lost track. All right, everybody. Thanks for being part of our France conversation. Stay tuned for more videos on more of the big teams that have potential to win it right here on Glory Funders, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
Au revoir.